Hey everyone, it's Donna with Revive Vintage. Was going to start tonight by showing you how you can take a little Dollar General item. I found this at the Dollar General, this little mermaid. I haven't done anything to it. This is the way it was painted, and kind of dooged it up with some waxes. So that's what we're gonna do tonight, and we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna get the camera down there and get it situated so you guys can see it. And let's go. Okay. Before we get started, I thought maybe I would show you, I'm teaching a class next Saturday on fluid art, and it's at the Hive in downtown Eden. So I thought I'd show you a few pieces of what we might be doing. Of course, we're going to do it on a canvas a lot larger than this, and this is just some tiles I did. Let's get this camera, this light off. It's got such a glare from the glassy shine on it. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that good now or not. Hopefully you can. Should have cut the other light on. Let me try the other light too. Hold on. Not much better, is it? The other light just gave it such a glare. I guess because it's so shiny. I finished these up. And I've got 4 of these that I'll be selling in the shop. Here's another one. These were all dips from a pour that I had done. And here's the other one. This one I might can put the light back on before. Nope, still got that ring light. And what I'll be doing is I'm going to be giving this one away during class. Let's cut the light back off because this one's absolutely gorgeous. It's hard to see with the lights. It's so dark in here. It's nighttime, that's why. And these were done with acrylics, and I used some DIY paint in here as well. That's what the gold is. It's our golden ticket with DIY paints. And it just really popped in there. So some gorgeous lacing going on. This is so pretty. So this is the type of art we'll be doing in our class on Saturday. Like this, but we will be doing it on a canvas, like this one. This one's done on canvas. I will be fixing these up. We'll be doing those. Then I've got one more. I finished this one. I went ahead and put the top coat on this one. And I've got a couple of ladies that love this one that have come into the shop and have seen it without the top coat on it. So I'm gonna put these away. Ooh, and we're gonna get started on this, what we come to do. Here, we're gonna get started on this little mermaid. Cut the light back on so you guys can see better. Okay. I had stopped off at the store because I had forgotten to pick up some cat food at Tractor Supply. So what I did was I stopped off at the Dollar General, and there was a lady that had a couple of these, had 2 white ones in her buggy, and I commented how cute they were. And she was like, there's one more left, but it's a teal color. And I was like, oh, awesome. So she went over there and showed it to me. It was in the very back, like hid. So I went over there and grabbed it, and it was $5 is all it was. It's kind of cute the way it is, but we're gonna zhuzh her tail up some. And I got some waxes from, that I had picked up, well, that I had ordered from Redesign with Prima. We've got blue, and this one is called Blue Lagoon. Hope y'all can tell how pretty this is. I wish y'all could see, I wish y'all could smell it. These waxes smell so good. And we've got some mint sparkle. I've used this one quite a bit. And it's so pretty. Then we've got Amethyst Magic. Ooh. Okay, let's pull this off. Y'all see that? Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. So what we're gonna do is just layer some waxes on her tail. And we may do some in her hair. Hadn't quite decided yet really what I'm gonna do. I just picked it up and thought, so I'll do a video on it and see what happens. Then I brought home some, this one is called, what is this one called? Element. This one's more of a bronzy color. Maybe we'll do a little bit in her hair and see if it turns out to be a red tint. Then I got some silver from Redesign. And we may use that too. And I also picked up from the shop, I picked up some that's called Shipwrecked. And it is a wonderful shade of blue. And I didn't bring home a opener. And I brought home some clear wax as well. Don't you see this blue? It's from DIY, Debbie's Design Diary. And it is called Shipwrecked. And it is gorgeous. It needs to be stirred up. So I'm just taking up an old butter knife I've got laying around. I'm gonna stir this up. But this stuff is gorgeous. So what I may do is put some of this on there first so it can get down into the crevices. But look at that. Oh, it's awesome. Then I brought home some white wax from DIY as well. So we might put some white wax on there too. I don't quite know yet. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna play as we go along. See what we can get worked out. Then I brought home as a copper. I don't know if I'm gonna use that one. And then a Firebird. This is a new one. See what it looks like, because I have no idea what this one looks like either. Maybe it's got a red tint to it since it's called Firebird. Let's see what it looks like. These waxes, I know they're small, but they last forever. They go a long ways. I've had these waxes for about a year now. And they last forever. A little, that old saying, a little goes a long way. Well, they really do. Let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna use this one instead of the Element. Ooh, this is pretty. Look at that, it's got an orangey tint to it. I think we're gonna use this one on her hair. Maybe we'll use both. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, God, this is so pretty. Oh, yeah. We'll probably use some of this on her hair. And all we're gonna do is use our fingers. Just add some of this beautiful wax, metallic waxes to this little piece that we picked up. I'm not gonna paint it. Like I said, it was painted this color to begin with. And we're just gonna go with it. So let's do this. Let's do some DIY paint first. The blue, the Shipwreck. So we can get some of that dark, rich, gorgeous, bluish teal color down in there. And nothing special. I'm just using some wipes to wipe my hand because I put that wax all over me. And every time I'm unprepared, as always, I don't have an extra towel, but that's okay. So we'll start on the back here. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the DIY Shipwrecked and work it down into the crevices of this. Since it's already a light color, we're just gonna work this down into the crevices so that it'll give it some definition. I love DIY wax. It's so buttery. It's just soft. It's buttery. It's amazing. It is amazing wax. You can tell the definition in it already. All right, let's get this thing going here. Maybe since the whole thing's blue, maybe we'll add some to her hair as well, just so it, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we'll do something else with her hair. I don't know yet. Get this down in the scales area real good. Want it on her body. But like I said, I just picked this up at the Dollar General for $5 is what it cost. And check your local Dollar General and see if they have any. The lady had in her buggy, she had some really cute stuff in there. She had a lot of beachy items in her buggy. And she had some candle holders and some anchors. You can pick those up for nearly nothing and turn around and zhuzh them up, as I call it. As you can see, I'm doing nothing special, just getting it down into the crevices really good. I hope everybody's doing good and their weather's great. We've had, the last 3 weekends, we've had ice or snow or something, and the last of our snow on our deck just melted over the last day, just due to the fact that it's been so cold. We had some warm weather the last couple of days. Got up in the 50s, close to 60, I believe, one day. And then it got cold again yesterday. I think it was 60-something yesterday morning, and then turned around and it was, by the time afternoon and evening rolled around, it was back into the 40s. And they're calling for another wintry mess come Monday, I do believe is what they said. So, okay, I'm just gonna wipe off my mess around her body. I got on her body here. Wipe it back. And then I'm going to take another towel and wipe away some of this excess wax I have on here. So it stays down into the crevice. In the crevices of her tail. Of her body. I guess that would be her body. Part of her body, wouldn't it? Or part of her tail. I wiped away too much there. Okay, I think that's all of the deep I want to get in there, I do believe. Just a little bit more right up in here. I'm going to put A little extra up in here just because of the shadows. I think we'll put some on our tail as well. On the fin part of our tail. Get it down in the crevices. And push it down in there. I'll push this wax down into those little crevices and then I'll wipe away what's on top. These waxes are great to use on furniture for accent. They work so good. I use a lot of the white wax and the black wax on my furniture. Down in there. And I can leave it this way, dark like this, and then just add the metallic waxes over the top of it. And I kind of like that. I think I'm gonna just wipe some of it away. It's so warm in the house. I got gas logs going. I guess that's why my wax is so soft. It was sitting near the fireplace a few minutes ago before I started the video. Probably should have put it in the refrigerator before I did this, but I wanted to go ahead and get the video going. Now I'll swipe it back a little bit. And pull it out again. You just keep working it till you like it. That's all you have to do. Just keep working it till you get to where you like it, where you're happy with it, and then you're good. Okay, little Miss Mermaid. You are looking sweeter already. Can you guys see that? See the definition in her tail? Just from adding the shipwrecked from the DIY line. And on her tail. Yes. I think she looks beautiful. All right, I think I'm gonna stick that wax over here in the fridge right quick. Just to see if I can get it hardened up a little bit. Or maybe I should take some out and put on a plate and stuck it in the freezer. That probably would have been the best thing to do. Let's do that instead. That's one thing you can do, guys. If your waxes are too soft or you feel like they're too soft, you can, because once you start learning waxes, you can play with them and learn how to maneuver them. And if you need them a little bit harder, you can take them and put them on a plate and leave them out all night, and they'll stiffen up for you. And you can do that, and that way it'll be a little bit harder, and they'll stick a little bit better inside whatever project you're working on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little extra out on my plate. Because you really should not put these in the fridge. You really should not. So it's one of those, do as I tell you to do, not as I do. Because I'd hate for you to ruin your wax. And these waxes are sold at Revive Vintage at 651 Washington Street in downtown Eden. And they are, this is the largest size though. This is a 13 ounce. They are sold in smaller containers. Because I know blue, a lot of people don't use it as, or don't need a large one. So they are in smaller sizes as well. So now I'm gonna stick this small little bit I've got. If you can see it, I'm gonna stick it down here in the freezer. Ooh, that drawer sounded terrible, didn't it? All right, that's what I'm gonna do with this. Stick it in the freezer just to see if I can get it to harden up a little bit more, because I think my shipwreck was a little too soft for me. So I may have to go back later on and add some more. Okay, so what I want to do is what you always want to do is you want to start with your darker colors and work your way up. So what I'll do now is I'll start with my purples, since it is the darker of the three that I'm going to be adding to her tail. So we'll start with the purple here. We'll get a little bit on our finger. Maybe a little too much there. Let's see what we got. It's a little bit on our finger, and we're going to take and just hit and miss and just rub it around. I'm not going for any specific look. I'm just putting a little bit on my fingers and just rubbing and letting it hit where it wants to hit, pretty much. And then I can go back and darken it up where I want to. Do I keep moving that out of the way? I'm so sorry. I think I do. You know what? That's from the red off of my fingers. All right, let me wipe that back, guys. I'm so sorry. That's exactly what that's from. It's the red from my fingers a while ago. I should have used my other finger. I think I can cover up that a little bit, though, that I don't want. All right. Let me dry my hands off. Okay. Now, let's start again. And take the purple and work it around. And I keep moving this sucker. I'm sorry again. Here I go again, moving it. And work some purples in there. Let's turn her upside down. Let's tap it on. I think tapping it might be a little bit better. Tap it on there. Having some kind of reaction here. Let's see. Maybe it's not my fingers that I thought. So let's go through and put some more purple in here. Down at the bottom. When you watch the video, be sure to say hi and like the video. Follow our page if you're not already following it. Give us a like. All those likes and all those hearts and all those comments help us with our algorithms. Of course, that's a big thing on here, is the algorithms. It helps get our videos out there and get them seen more. So now let's do Can you guys see that? Let's put some green on here too. Just wonder if it's just because it's so hot. Let's do green. Oh yeah, I think I like the green better. More than I do the purple. Let's go ahead and rub this purple in now, instead of leaving it like that. Because we're gonna layer it. Go back and add some green on top of it. It's kind of looking gold. If you look one way, it looks green, and then it's got a purple shimmer to it as well, depending on how you're looking at it. Ooh. Let's add some blue on top of that. Kind of work that in there. Work it around some in different sections. A little bit more purple. Some more green, some blues. Just alternate your colors back and forth. I hope you guys can see this good. I put this green sparkle mint on some furniture that I painted green. I mixed aviary and some little white dress so that I could get a really pretty emerald color. And so I used this green on top of it, the mint sparkle, and it had almost a gold tint to it, and it turned out so pretty. It was so pretty. And I used it on the hardware as well. And I wish I'd have done it heavier on the hardware, because when I went to put the finish on the hardware, I painted on black. Then when I went to put the finish over all of everything that I had done, there was little pops of that green all through it, and it was so pretty. It was so pretty. Turned out really, really pretty. I had no idea it would do what it did, but it was gorgeous. It was really gorgeous. Okay, let's do the sides. This is pretty much all we're going to be doing to this little tail here, is zhuzhing it up. You could have just done all blue and it would have been pretty. Some blues and greens. Maybe I shouldn't have done the purple. We'll leave the purple on the bottom. That part's not seen anyway when the mermaids are in the water, so it don't get as much sun, so it would be darker, I would think. It would just show darker just because it doesn't get as much sunlight. Then maybe I'll go back and add some more purple, because mixing that purple and that green is making it a gold color, and I don't like that. So I'll wait for it to dry and then go back and add some more more purple into it in places, lightly. So while it's wet, it's mixing to a color that I really, really don't like. So We'll go back and fix that. Once it's set overnight, I'll do the touch-ups on it. Then I'll be posting pictures. We'll post them here on Revive Vintage so everybody can see them. But even if you just took one wax, one colored wax, even the green or the blue, if you bought something like this and just zhuzh up its tail, oh, it makes it so pretty. So pretty. It just gives it that extra shine and shimmer. It's gorgeous. So pretty. I don't know if you guys can really tell or not in the pictures, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It just shines and shimmers so pretty. Let's do some blues. Stick some blue on top in spots. No particular pattern, just like I said, it's just randomly putting it on there. And then wiping it back. See how it made the, I don't know if you can really tell on camera or not, but it's a goldish color back down in here. And that's really not what I was going for. So I'm gonna go back when this dries and add a little bit more, a little purple to it, because I think I like it better. I don't like that goldish color. But let's wipe this back and see what we got. Can you tell the shimmer now? It just gave it a little extra sparkle from what she was on this dull color. Just gave her a really good, nice sparkle. So let's do some, since we did the blue, dark blue on the tail, let's go in and do the light blue. And then we'll go in and do some green on top of it. And give it a little bit of shimmer. A little pop of different colors. And maybe I'll take the blue and put it on her body part, since it's already a blue tint to it. Do the blue shimmer only, because that's really pretty. It'll give her whole body a shimmer. So now let's wipe this back. Woo, there went my towel. Let's wipe this back a little bit. And then let's add some green to it. See the shine, guys, already? Wow. Gosh, what a difference that made. So pretty. So, so pretty. Okay, let's add a little bit of green in there. And if we go and do the orange in her hair and we don't like it, we can always wipe it out. You can wipe it out as long as your wax is still wet. While you're working with it, if you don't like it, just take a baby wipe or, an all-purpose wipe and just go back in there and wipe that out. And it'll come right off. So now we're gonna add some of this green. Yeah, I wish I hadn't done purple at all, I think. I may add a little bit of pop to it, but I really like the blue and the green best, I think. Am I still in the screen? Yep, there we go. Okay. Now let's flip it over and do the inside of our tail. Just random spots. Doesn't have to be all over. Okay. Wow, guys. Her tail is gorgeous. Her tail is really, really pretty. I like it. I like it a lot better now. A lot better. So red and blue make purple, so we definitely don't want to put the shipwreck. That's another thing you got to watch when you're mixing, and if you don't let them dry in between. Like if I put the shipwreck in her hair in the deep crevices of it, and then I go back and highlight it with the Firebird, it's going to give me probably a purple color. Some type of maybe ugly purple color. I don't really know. Maybe it's going to turn out like that color was on the back of the tail. I'm not real sure exactly what it'll look like, but so I'm not even going to try it because I don't want to mix the colors because I know they're not going to work. So that's another thing. It's about the color theory. All right, let's try this Firebird on her hair. See what we come up with. And then we'll let's do that first. Let's add a little bit of this blue to her body, just to give it some extra shimmer. That way if I get it in her hair, it's okay too, because I'm gonna go back and add the red, and I'll just be really careful where I add it. Add some on her arms. Give her a pop. Put a little bit on her face. Just gonna dab it. Then I'm gonna wipe it back. You can use a brush or you can use your fingers. I didn't have any brushes here. Like I said, I didn't come prepared, but that's okay. It's all working. Take a small brush and get into little crevices like that with your wax. Don't use your brushes you would normally paint with for your waxes. Just if you're going to use a brush with waxes, make sure it's a designated brush that you always keep with your wax for your wax. Now she's got a pop of shine on her arms, and that looks so much better. So now let's see what we can come up with on this hair. Let's see what this looks like. As of right now, I'm really, really liking, and her tail's really not that bad. Back here, it's really not that bad. And depending on how you turn it, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but depending on how you turn it and how the light catches it, this that looks like it's a goldish color is actually, you can see the purple in it, the purple haze. I can see it. So maybe it'll be okay. If not, I can fix it. Always fix it. Can't mess nothing up when you're painting. Or when you're doing stuff like this, there's always a fix to everything. All right, let's see how we're gonna like her hair. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like her hair or not. Maybe we should just done blue. I don't know. I don't know, boys and girls. Let's wipe some of it back and see what it looks like. Ah, it's not bad once you wipe it back. Looks good. We're gonna continue on with the hair this color, because once you wipe it back, it's not bad at all. And I'm just hitting the top parts. I'm not going down into the deep edges. I'm just hitting the highlights on the top with my finger lightly. And it's hitting the parts that are high up, or what do you call it, the parts that stand up. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day. The higher spots, the high spots. There we go, the high spots. That's what I needed. Guys, y'all are my guinea pigs, because really what I'm doing is I am practicing. I'm going to try to do more videos, at least for now, and hopefully go live. I don't like being on camera. It's just, I've never even liked to have my picture made, to be honest with you. So I'm going to attempt to continue to make some videos and try to get used to, and that's really funny because I taught classes a lot back in the 80s and the 90s. I taught people how to paint. I used to paint, I did commission work for Tom Clark, who just recently died, who had the resin gnomes. Although I didn't teach that, but I did paint them. But I've been doing things like this forever and a day, and even taught classes and everything, like I said, back in the 80s, early 90s. And you would think that I wouldn't be so camera shy, but I am. I don't even, like I said, I don't even like to have my picture made. So it's just one of those things. One of those things. Just going to highlight the upper part, the parts that are raised on her hair in Firebird. Ooh, got it on her arm. Wipe it off before it dries. But you know, I see some of these artists these furniture artists and these girls, these brand ambassadors for different companies who do their videos, and I mean, they're not perfect, and I know they don't claim to be perfect, but they're not perfect either. They have mess ups and they have their days. And there's one girl I get tickled at all the time because she's so funny. And I honestly think she has ADD, and I think she has mentioned she has ADD, but she is just hilarious, and she has a big following. Everybody loves her. I love watching her too. She does beautiful work. She does beautiful work. But she just plugs right along. And like I said, they're not perfect either, and I don't know why I'm so camera shy, but I am. It's amazing how camera shy I am, but it's okay. I'm working on it. Okay. Well, there she is. And I have to admit, I don't know what she looks like on camera, but she really looks so cute. She really does. She looks a lot cuter. And that was just with waxes. I bought her that color. She was the blue color. And that's the color I bought her. And all I did was add wax to her to zhuzh her up. And that was all I did. So now I'll use her for displays on pieces that I paint in beachy colors. Everybody's loving the mermaid. Well, I'll be darned if it's not coming back purple now. Everybody loves the beachy scenes now, the beachy look. So it's big. So I'll be using this as my farmhouse, duh, as one of my pieces to show as a display on some more of my beachy looks. Well, I'll be darned if that's not purple. I don't know what is now. That's amazing. Okay. I'm going to go back and add the blues and greens anyway because I like it better. So just wanted to share with you what you can do as far as zhuzhing up a little inexpensive item that you can find really cute things now at the Dollar General. Like I said, I gave $5 for it. And I zhuzhed her up with some wax. And if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And please like our video. And please share it with friends and family. And because all those algorithms, when you start liking and sharing, it really helps our page out a lot. And we are a new company, and we're up and growing. And we would like to have our name out there and get the word out. And please stop by and see the girls at Revive Vintage at 651 Washington Street in downtown Eden, uptown Eden, downtown Eden, whatever you call it. But stop by and see them. They would love to help you out with any projects you have. And I appreciate you guys watching my video. And hopefully we'll see some of you in class on Saturday. And hopefully, if not this Saturday, hopefully you guys can get in one of our classes to come. We appreciate it. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.